Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Ria here. I'm back with another video on SAP Analytics Cloud, and in today's video I'm going to discuss about data modeling in SAC. And in our previous video we just saw all these concepts. As you can see here, we saw where the data comes from, what are the connection types in SAC, what are the types of models in SAC, and then we also saw the differences between them. In today's video, I'm going to show you practically like how you can create a model and where are all the dimensions, measures, and everything located, and how you can use them. So let's go to the system. This is my user interface for SAC, and you can even expand this option over here. This hamburger icon you can see over here. If you click on it, it will expand, and here you can see modeler. So if you want to create a model, so you have to go over here. And remember one thing, as I said in my previous video also, that in SAC we mostly use models, okay, as a data source for creating stories or any other visualization. We don't use data set. Okay, there's also an option for data set, but we don't use data set that much. Okay, we are going to use models only most of the times, because they are very easy to use and also maintain, and we can also do modifications on models. We can also link multiple models together. So model has a lot of advantages, and it makes our visualization and analytics very smooth and easy. So that's why we are going to use model. We are not going to go for data set. We are going to use model. And as I said, there are two types of model: live and two types of model: live model and acquired models. There's also two types of connections: live and acquired. So as I said, in this tutorial we are going to focus on acquired model and acquired connection, which we are going to import the data from our source system. We are not going to connect to some different database and then connect to it. Like, we're not going to connect to S4 HANA database live. Okay, we are just going to use the Excel that is downloaded in my laptop, and we are just going to import it in SAC. Okay, so let's go and do it. Let's click over here, start with data, select source file, go to your file wherever it's saved. Oh, it's not over here. I think it's here. Yeah, let's import this. It will take some time to import. Sorry for the background noise, as it is afternoon time and I think my mom is making some meals for lunch. Everyone needs energy to do some work. Yeah, so as you can see here, this is checked, and if you uncheck it, then your model will directly convert it into analytical model. So you can see here, but if you want it as a planning model, just check this. Now it has changed to planning model. That's how you change the model type: planning to analytical and analytical to planning. And coming to our measures, so as you can see here, I'll just close this. You have measures. So dimensions and measures are very important concepts in SAC. Okay, these are the main data, metadata. These are called metadata. Okay, which are going to like indicate like what is your data about. You have transactional data and you have metadata, right? So measures and dimensions are metadata, okay, which represents your transactional data. Okay, So measures hold only numeric values like 1, 2, 3, float, double, decimal, okay, integer. All numeric values will be there, or you can say quantitative values. Okay, there will be quantity, how much, 4 pieces, 5 pieces, 3 balls, 4 balls, 6 bananas, so like that. Quantitative values. Measures will not have any qualitative value like a name or a city name or a person's name. These are all string value, right? It's in alphabetical order, or you can say alphanumeric order. Measures will only contain numbers. Okay, it will not contain alphanumeric value or alphabetical value. Okay, whereas dimensions are totally opposite of measure. It will contain dimensional values, which we call as alphabetical or alphanumeric values, which represents your data like qualitatively, like what's the person's name, what's the date, like what's the product line, okay, what's the product category, which city, country, and all that. Okay, but measures will have how much discount is there. Discount is in numeric value, right? Gross margin is also numeric value, it comes in ratio. Sales revenue is also numeric value. All these you can see here, it's self-explanatory. These all comes under numbers, numeric value, okay. And all these are not numerical values, they are just alphabetical value, which represents a city, country, region, like that. So I hope you understood the difference between measures and dimensions. Now coming to data foundation view. If we close this will go away. If you want to see your data in a data foundation view, just click over here, this option view, and this will open up. You can expand it. Okay, so this will give you this will display your data in a tabular format. You can see here the date is displayed, product name, this is a dimension, this is a dimension, and this is a measure. All these are measure. And one more thing I'd like to tell you, if you want to change any data in SAC, once you have imported, you can only change the measures, the numeric values. You cannot change dimensional values in SAC once you import the data. Okay, if you want to change any dimensional values, you have to again re-import the data. Okay, I have made a separate video on this, like how you're going to re-import the data or make any modifications in your model. So check it out. I will put the link in the description. Now coming to other interfaces, so let's close this. I don't need this. So this is your data which got imported from Excel. All this data was in your Excel sheet, but now it is in SAC. It has stored in as we have used the imported model, import connection. So that's why SAC is storing all this data in its memory storage. Then comes validation. So see, if your model has any errors or any bugs, okay, it will be shown over here. Okay, so if you have any validation error, you have to fix it first, okay, and then only you can save your model, else you cannot save your model. Okay, then coming to variables, this is something advanced which I'm not going to cover it today. You can also add a measure and dimension from this button over here, or else you can add from here also, like just click on this. You can also see the data type has automatically been assigned. Okay, all these things SAC does for you. You don't have to go to each and every measure and assign the data type to them. It automatically identifies what data type the measure is. Description and everything is already added. Now if you click on these three dots, you can change the data type. Okay, if you think SAC has mistakenly chosen the wrong data type for your measure, you can change it manually from here. You can even convert a measure to dimension, and you can also convert a dimension to measure. Okay, as you can see here, if you go to dimension, this is a dimension, right? So you can convert it to measure. See, you can also do that by clicking on these three dots over here. You can copy it and you can delete. If you want to delete this measure, you can just click over here. Similarly, if you want to delete a dimension, you can click over here. In for dimension, there are more options. We don't have these options for measure, but we have a new option for dimension, that is convert to property. We'll come to that, what is property, hierarchy and all that. We can also generate a dimensional table. So if you want to see it in a more flexible format, then you can click on the dimensional table, which will take you to a table. I don't know why it's not showing now. Let me check. Why it's not taking me to the dimensional table. It does, yeah, see. We have to generate the table first. Then only it will take me to the dimensional table. Let's generate one. I think they have added a new option over here, because in previous version of SAC, it used to automatically convert the dimensional table. Okay, but now we have to generate it manually. So name, region, dimension type, public. Okay. See here, from here you can add hierarchies and properties. We'll come to that later. We are generating the dimensional table now. Yeah, see, the table has been created. If you click on this arrow sign over here, it will take you to the table. Yeah, so this is the table. Similarly, you can create for other values. Okay, so that's how you create a dimensional table. And coming to what else is remaining. Yeah, so as you can see, this sign over here, this three dots, is for hierarchy. Okay, this is the hierarchy sign. There's no hierarchy created right now, so it's showing null and 0. This is number of members. So every metadata will have some members, right? So region has 7 members and it doesn't have any member, and all these things, only region is having 7 member. So you can also add member to your data, metadata. I'll come to that, what is member and all that. Okay, now let's see this over here. So general, you can save your data, save your model from clicking this. This is model preferences. If you want to make any extra changes or settings to your model, you can click here. You can change the model type from here also. You can get all the data related to your model. You can go to privacy, for privacy settings, date settings. Sometimes while we create stories, we don't get proper date format. Okay, if you want the date to be displayed in weekly format, but we are getting it in yearly format, we are not getting the data in weekly format. So sometimes the issue is with the date setting. So we can come over here and we can uh, troubleshoot it. Okay, and then coming to planning model also has some extra advanced settings. We can do it. We have data locking validation rules. These are all authorization, no, and safety, for safety of your data. These are all extra advanced options. Coming to conversion, this is for currency translation. These are all advanced features of planning. These are not features of analytical. These are all features of planning and data and performance. Okay, so from this is a very important option. Right now you think that it's not very important, but when you go deeper into your projects, and when you do corporate level projects, okay, business level projects, then you have to come over here again and again to do some of the other settings related to a model. Okay, so in SAC, creating stories is not a big deal. You can create it within 5 minutes also if you're that expert. But maintaining and creating a model, a perfect model, and also maintaining it and also linking it with other models, okay, it is very tedious task, I can say. Tedious not, but confusing task, I can say. Okay, and time consuming as well. Why it's not closing? Sometimes this thing happens, as it is cloud based. Sometimes the because of the internet connection or anything, the screen freezes, you have to reload if such things happens. Where is our model? I hope our model has got saved. I hope so. Yeah. Oh, our model has not got saved. I have to again import it. See, it's very important, guys, to save your model, or else it will just go away. Okay, it's very important to save your model. I forgot to click that save button as I was explaining the terms to you. But while you're working, please okay, remember this: you have to always save your model, or else it will go away, and you have to create everything again. So that's it for the practical part. So now, until this is loading, I'll go to theory part over here. So let's look at dimensions. So I think you're clear with this, what are dimensions and measure. You can still check out this link, okay, where you can deep dive more into what is dimension and measure, and how we are going to use it, how we differentiate it. So in dimensions also you have two types, private and public. It is self-explanatory. Public are standalone entities that are created independently and can be shared across multiple models. So if you are linking models, okay, so at that time, if you link models, then if you have public dimensions in those models, then those dimensions can be seen and can be accessed. Okay, but if you have private dimensions in any of your model, then that particular model which is private cannot be accessed in your story. Okay, that's the difference between private and public. And coming to dimension types, there's generic dimension, and there's many more. There's date dimension, there's version dimension, account dimension. Okay, these are the type of more dimensions. Public and private is a classical one, but related to your data, there's some more five dimension types. There's generic, version, date. Version and date will only include in the planning model. Okay, if your model is a planning model, then only version and date dimension will be there, or else it won't be there, because in analytical model you can't do version. Okay, version management is version management is only possible in planning feature. It's a planning feature. Okay, so that's for dimension. I hope my data has got loaded again. Okay, so please save this. Click over here and save your data. And here you can see this sign, both arrow signs. These are for undo and redo. You can also select Control Z and Control Y for doing this, or else you can click over here as well. You can share your model using this option, share option, and that's it. These are some advanced which are not going to cover today. See, a version dimension was added automatically, okay, as our model is a planning model. SAC, you don't even have to create a version and date dimension. SAC does everything for you. Okay, it's so easy working with SAC. So coming to dimension types. So as I said earlier, there are some dimension types apart from the public and private. So there's account dimension. Okay, it's for measure based model. Okay, it's optional for measure based model, and the default hierarchy is everything is system generated. Okay, properties are also system generated, and there's only one, you can create only one account dimension. Please remember this, you can only create one account dimension. Generic dimension, used for any data that logically cannot be qualified as any other dimension type. If there's a data which is neither a version, neither a date, or neither a account, okay, then that particular data or dimension will fall under generic dimension. Okay, These are also system generated, but you can add more hierarchies if needed. More than one per model is allowed. You can create multiple generic dimensions, not like account. Account only one per model. Organization dimension. Yeah, this is one more dimension type. When you are dealing with currency and person responsible properties, you will come across this kind of dimension, organization dimension. So these are also system generated. It's only one per model. Now this you're not going to use that much, only when you're dealing with the financial data like currency and everything. Version dimension, as I mentioned earlier, this is for version management. Like if you want to create, uh, we will also come to that what is version management in some other video. Right now, just remember that version and date dimension are very important in your planning model. Okay, this is only one for model. You can create multiple version dimensions, date dimensions. Date dimension will have hierarchy. Okay, date dimension will have multiple hierarchy, not even one. It will have account based, measure based, and date dimension is allowed more than one. Similarly, like generic, only date and generic can be added one more than one. Coming to properties, dimension properties have many uses in SAC. In stories, they can be used to sort and filter data or for currency translation. So as you can see here, it's shown over here. So this is the dimension. Okay, U00D stores. This is the stores dimension, and this store dimension has dimensional properties. Okay, where is the store dimension located, which city, which state the store is located, which floor space, and which under which store manager the stores is related to. So all the things, all these four things, as you can see, these are the properties. This is the main dimension. Okay, and under this we have dimensional properties which are related to this. Okay, so that's what a property is. You can check out this page for more information on properties, dimensions, and other concepts. These are system generated properties, as you can see here. You don't even have to worry about all these things because SAC does it for you. Now coming to hierarchies. A hierarchy is used to establish parent-child relationship with your data. Okay, as you can see here, into logical levels, also called as nodes, from largest area to the most granular. Let's see how we can create a hierarchy. Let's click on city. Let's go to details. See, from here you can create property. This property option is going to come very handy when we are working with geo dimension. Okay, when we are working with geo maps and you will need a location dimension. At that time, this property option will come in handy. Okay, now coming to hierarchy. Okay, we cannot create hierarchy for this one. Okay, let's see some other. Okay, we're not able to create hierarchy at this time. I don't know why. The dimension does not have any hierarchies. Okay, okay. So if your data doesn't have any hierarchies, okay, then you won't be able to create it. Unfortunately, see, here you can see it's showing 0. So if this is showing 0, then you cannot create any hierarchy. Let's click on version and let's see if we can create a hierarchy because it's showing. No, we cannot create. as my data doesn't have any hierarchy itself, okay, so SAC is not allowing me to create a hierarchy. Okay, so there are two types of hierarchy, level based and parent child. As you can see here, these are level based. Level 1, we are mostly going to use level based hierarchy. Okay, like if we compare it with date. Okay, so for date, level 1 will be year, level 2 will be quarter, level 3 will be month, and level 4 will be week, and level 5 will be date. Okay, so that's how hierarchy works for date. And similarly for this, world, under world country will come, under country region will come, under region member will come, like that. So that's how hierarchy, level based hierarchy works. This is a parent child hierarchy. So constore is parent of, constore type is parent of con large, and con large has these members. Okay, that's how parent child hierarchy works. We are not going to work with parent child that much. We are going to mostly work with level based. That also when we are dealing with date dimension. You can also come over this page and you can try out all these exercises. You will get an idea. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you got an idea what is the UI, how you can create a model, and I hope you got an idea like where the dimensions and measures are located, how you can differentiate them, and how you can create a dimensional table, hierarchy, properties, and one more thing. This workspace, you right now you're in the model structure workspace. If you want to create calculations, there are calculated measures and converted measures, right? So in our next video, I'm going to show you how you're going to create measures in your model. Okay, using formulas. Okay, so my next video for data modeling will have that, creating measures. So for that you have to come to calculations workspace, and for importing and re-importing data or exporting data, you have to come to this data management workspace. And this is the classical workspace where you're going to work on your model. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Check out this link. SAP has already given you all the data, all the materials for learning, and don't forget to try yourself. Okay, if you click over here, see, it will take you to a a environment type, like where you can click. You don't have to install anything or log in to anything. You just come over here and you can perform practically. See, it will show you directions also. See, select the public dimensions. See, if you select here, it will go forward. Now if you select here, it will go forward. See, you will get hands-on experience. Okay, a virtually you will get a hands-on experience working with SAC. So practice it. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you learned something new. Okay, and in my next video we are going to cover measures. We are going to work mainly on measures, how we are going to create measures, what are the measure types, and yeah, so stay tuned for more videos. Happy learning.